Can you get this passed without Donald Trump's approval?
Well, I'm looking forward to President Trump having the opportunity to be able to read it like everybody else is. There's a lot of misinformation out there right now.
We do have a bipartisan deal. We're finishing the text right now. And the question is whether Republicans are going to listen to Donald Trump, who wants to preserve chaos at the border because he thinks that it's a winning political issue for him, or whether we are going to pass legislation which would be the biggest bipartisan reform of our border and immigration laws in 40 years.
Even while he was president, he was specifically asking Congress to change the standard on asylum, to be able to tighten up, to be able to give him additional funds for deportation. All of those things are in this bill. So if he were to be president, this would be new authorities that he had actually asked for when he was president before.
We don't need a new bill. We need something to force Biden to comply with the law. Now, James is doing the best he can to try to explain the bill that, unfortunately, I don't know why they don't share it with us. We got to be very careful we don't codify Biden's open policies and we don't hamstring Trump when he wins the presidency.
Look, this is a painful compromise. This is a tough bill. I wish it were an immigration reform bill and not just a border security bill. This compromise is also key to opening up the security funding that we need for Ukraine, humanitarian assistance in Gaza, defense support for Israel. All that is hinging upon getting this deal.
I don't know if the Senate version is going to be sufficient in the House. I don't know if Speaker Johnson will put it on the floor unless it has significant policy changes.
It is interesting. Republicans 4 months ago would not give funding for Ukraine, for Israel, and for our southern border because we demanded changes in policy. So we actually locked arms together and said, we're not going to give you money for this. We want a change in law. And now it's interesting, a few months later, when we're finally getting to the end, they're like, oh, just kidding. I actually don't want a change in law because it's a presidential election year. We all have an oath to the Constitution, and we have a commitment to say we're going to do whatever we can to be able to secure the border.